Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. We are pleased to be joined by Justin Carroll, driver of the number 91 in the Truck Series, Arcus, and maybe some other stuff too. How's it going, Justin?
It's going good. Just been a busy off season trying to get stuff ready for this coming season.
Okay, so let's talk about what specifically your plans are for this upcoming year. Can you talk about that for a sec?
Yeah, we're going to try and debut at Martinsville for the truck race, for my first ever truck race, and then hopefully do Richmond and Bristol as well. Maybe a couple others, sponsorship depending. We're going to do a few ARCA races. Would like to do a few more ARCA races, but that all depends on sponsorship as well. And then we'll just fill in our off weeks with late model stuff.
So let's talk about what, in terms of ARCA, where are we at in that? How many races do you plan on running? Do you plan on running some East races, West races, main ARCA races? How many do you have really going there from that direction?
So as of right now, I'd say 4. We're definitely going to do Dover, which is an East race, and then we're going to do Bristol, which is the East and a ARCA main race. And we might do IRP, and then we'll probably do a Charlotte or a Pocono, maybe Kansas, just to get a little bit more mile and a half experience. So that's the plan as of right now.
Okay. I know you're trying also. I know you're finding when you announced last week what you were planning to do, you kind of I know you're also planning on doing more races. I know you guys are really looking for sponsors and all that. Where are we at in terms of that?
Honestly, we have a guy working on it pretty heavily right now. We don't have anything to announce at this moment, but I mean, we're pretty much a family-owned team. We do a lot of things out of pocket, and we got to work all week to try and cover it. So, as far as sponsorship right now, we don't have anything to announce at this particular time, but we are, heavily working on it.
In terms of the late model stuff and the rest of the racing that you plan on doing, kind of go into that. What are you? How many weeks are you going to be planning on doing that stuff?
I'd say honestly, probably we generally run anywhere from 15 to 25 late model races throughout the year. We're going to do some bigger races. I'll be at Martinsville in the late model and some Cars Tour events, stuff like that. Langley's 50 minutes down the road, so I'll bounce around to there some. And then other than that, we'll just kind of bounce around to South Boston, Motor Mile, and Dominion some.
So really, in a perfect world, how many do you want to run for? Maybe a full East season, a full ARCA season, full trucks? Where do you kind of want to be if you had the sponsorship? What would your plans would have been?
I mean, sponsorship ideal would be, either a full ARCA series schedule or a full truck schedule. We would need a little bit more equipment on the truck side. Our ARCA equipment, I feel like it's pretty good. The truck, we only have one truck, but we've been through it. It's going to be, as good as we can make it when we go out there. But we have, pretty much everything we need to do what we what we want to do, but we just don't have, the money for all the tires and stuff like that.
So I know that also, you're looking at really kind of where that's at right now. Talking about that and trying to find sponsorship and all that, I know you said you got a guy working on it. What's that been like to find that stuff? How tough is it to go out there and find it?
It's hard, honestly. I'm not real good at it because I'm not one to go out and try and get money from anybody. So that's the hard part for me, but I do have a guy that's heavily working on it. And it's kind of like a work of art. You got to basically show the sponsor what you're going to give them in return. It's not necessarily about money, what they're going to give you. It's about what you can do for them nowadays. And so that's kind of what you got to get across to them. So
yeah. So in terms of personnel, do you have a crew chief scheduled yet?
I do not. On my ARCA stuff, I pretty much do it all myself, honestly. The truck stuff will definitely hire someone for the event. I have a couple in mind that, I've talked to some, but as far as ARCA stuff and late model stuff, I crew chief it all myself. I drive the 18-wheeler to the track. I mean, it's like I said, it's a small operation, but we definitely try and do the best we can with what we have.
Yeah. So really, so the first race we would see you out, we would see you out there in a NASCAR or ARCA race would be the Martinsville race.
Yeah, that would be the Truck Series race, and then the first ARCA race would be Dover.
Okay. Sounds good. All right, Justin Carroll, thank you so much for coming on and talking with us. And good luck this season. We'll see you out there.
Thank you. Have a great day.